It started. Okay, hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses in New York. If you're already doing it, how to grow your business. Now, got a question of how to find a real estate investor mentor. So I'm going to give a couple of tips about what to do, and then at the end, if you stay, I'll talk about how if you want to be mentored by me, what you should do. I mean, you're going to get the gist of it from the beginning of the video. But okay, so if you want to find a mentor, you've got to understand. A mentor is somebody, I assume, who's successful and is somewhere where you want to be, right? So the issue is that guy's busy, and I'm speaking at him. Okay, I'm speaking of him in a general term. He doesn't have time to just mentor people, right? So you can't call a guy and say, "Hey, can you mentor me?" That's a bad question, right? Here's what you want to do. Okay. Now, I didn't really have a mentor. I got lucky in that. I'll talk about me a little at the end, but let's talk about what you should do first. So what you want to do is you want to offer your services or your time. And that is almost always going to be in something marketing related. So people do that. They come to my office. I give them work, right? And my problem with them is that they usually don't last. So they might start, but they won't finish, right? They won't continue, right? Because I'm not paying them any money, right? So there's two ways really. There's coaching and there's mentorship. I'll talk about how I define it, what you should do, how to find someone first, how to find someone. So if you're in New York, unfortunately, there are only about 5 or 6 guys that are actually doing this successfully, going direct to seller and doing business. It's crazy thought. It's nuts. I'm not gonna say the whole state of New York, but let's say around the New York City, Long Island area. If you go up to Hudson Valley, it's probably 3 or 4 more. So how do you find them? It's a great question, actually. I would actually Google real estate investors. I'd look for people that would feature on podcasts, things like that, depending wherever you are, and then try and get a feel for it. When you find them, you're going to have to either give up money or time to learn. So money is a straight up transfer. You're paying for coaching, right? I want you to coach me. Do you have a coaching program? If not, can we make something up, or I'll pay you X amount? It's going to cost thousands of dollars. Don't think it's not, right? I have a coaching program. It's ridiculously cheap, but it's still thousands of dollars. I'm giving up a lot of my time to teach people who may or may not end up doing any business, who may or may not be committed to it. So that's the money part. The time part is you say, "Hey, I'm willing to work for you for free, and what are you getting in exchange?" So you're going to have to consistently do something. It may be remote, it may be in an office, and when you do that, you are signaling to these mentor that you are somebody who is serious, and depending on how long you do it for, we'll continue more. So what happens with me is that people come, I give them the lowest level work that I know how, right? Because it's very possible they're just not going to do it. And it's not possible, it's almost certain that they're going to stop doing it at some point. And I understand that working for free sucks. So I gauge somebody's commitment to learning by how often they come and do what they say they're going to do. Even if it's once a week or twice a week, but a lot of times they don't. And I understand life gets in the way, it can happen once in a while, but most of the time it just fizzles out over time. Now, what happens when you volunteer your time is that first of all, you have access to the mentor, so you can ask questions. Second of all, you're spending time with the mentor, you're going to see the things that he does, and that's helpful. He or she, sorry, I don't want to be sexist. I'm going to use he from now on. Third is you're going to learn something, some act that he's doing, whether it's skip tracing or whether it's making calls or whether it's sending text, some act of actually marketing to find sellers. And fourth of all, and the way I work is if you are working for me and you get me a deal, I'm going to pay you a significant amount of money. So someone actually did this, and I owe him almost $6,000, and I'm going to send it to him. The deal just closed. So there's an opportunity to make money. The main part is that you have access. Do you see what's going on with the mentor? What do they spend their time on? What is important to them? What are you doing with them? And that you are actually seeing that this is a business where you're going to spend a lot of time. Wish you could see my hands. My hands are far apart, but even though one hand is holding the phone, a lot of time doing a lot of activities that do not produce immediate results. And that has to be something that you can get into your head. I have a scorecard where I keep track of what the business is doing. I have leading indicators, which I'll tell you what they are. They are leads that I got, qualified leads, appointments set, right? Appointment to meet with people, appointments completed, and offers made. Those are my leading indicators. Now I also have lagging indicators, which are contracts that I got and closings, right? Which I consider either an assignment close or a sale close. That's something that I bought. I almost don't care about the lagging indicators. I know it sounds stupid. I do them because they're important because I track them by lead channel, and I want to keep track of what my return on investment on each marketing channel is. But I know that if my leading indicators are consistently where I want them to be, my lagging indicators will eventually get where I want them to be. And it takes a long time. I know, you go online, you see a guru, he started doing this business 6 weeks ago, and he has $42,000 in deals in his pipeline already. In New York, it takes a very, very, very long time. Even as crazy as it's going to sound, a year is not enough time of consistent marketing to really be sure you're going to get a deal. I think you got to be thinking in terms of 18 months, a year and a half. And it sounds nuts, right? Coaching a student now, he got a deal, he's closing on it, and I think he's getting a second deal. But I was on top of him, and he's doing the work, and he's a good guy. I knew he'd be successful. I've coached other people who've been successful too. I've coached people that haven't been successful, right? It's really a matter of commitment of what they're going to do, right? So there are some people who just don't get it, right? I've coached somebody who doesn't make offers, right? He feels that if a guy tells him he wants $600,000 for a house, and really the price that the student can pay is only $400,000, he won't make the offer for $400,000. And I tell him that the offer, really the most important. So it's I'm a big fan of Gary Harper and Sharper Solutions. He calls it a brick. They have an Empire system. It's sort of like an EOS. He goes, you have to identify the brick in your business. That's the one activity that you can really measure what your success is going to be, right? And people might think it's leads, and people might think it's appointments, or people might think it's contracts, but it's offers made. That's what it is, right? And if you are not making offers, either because you feel the guy might be insulted, or because you feel that this deal is, the guy is not serious, you're making a huge mistake, right? You've got to make offers. For me, I know if I'm making 30 offers a month, everything is going to be good eventually. That's what I got to do, right? 30 offers a month. And I don't hit it every month. I'm trying to get more consistent with it, increase my lead flow, but I need to make 30 offers a month to get my business to where I need. And that'll result in, 6 or 7 deals a month over time later. So that's the story. That really is it. So finding a mentor. So, I could just speak some more about finding a mentor. It's, if you're somewhere else and you need help finding a mentor, I can pretty much guide you to where people are, guys who are successful in your area. Pretty much almost anywhere in the country, I can find someone for you. Whether they're going to mentor you or not is another question. They may not want to do it. But really, it's very hard for me to even fathom that if somebody called any of the guys I know, and they're all great guys, and said, I want to work for you for free, I can come twice a week, even for a few hours, whatever it is, or I can work from home for 10 hours a week, whatever it is, that somebody's going to say no. It's very, I'd be shocked. And then you're going to learn, right? You're going to learn. Now, remotely is easier for you, but easier to do, but you're not going to gain as much. If you're spending time with the mentor, just spending time there is going to be helpful to you. I never really had a mentor. So if you're interested in being mentored, and I get calls from mentorship all the time, but I usually ask them where they are. I want people in my office. It's nice to give people remotely things to do, but the problem is I know that even when they're supposed to come to the office, they don't do it. They don't come to the office, so I just don't have a lot of faith in you actually doing it from remotely. So, and then I don't want to be on the phone with you. I want you to come to the office. I may or may not be in the office. Try and be in there as much as I can, but I may have to run out to go on an appointment. So that's really the way to get mentored. Find someone close to you and spend as much time as you can with them, basically volunteering your services. That's it. That's how it works for me. I'm happy to have people help me. I can always use help. If someone wanted to come to my office and help me, I need somebody to freaking organize my office. I'm a mess. someone wants to come to my office a few hours a week, I love it if they would just clean my shit up. I'll give them stuff to do also. But that is really how I'd recommend finding a mentor. But it's very important you find someone to mentor you who works in your area, right? Because I know a lot of people who paid for coaching for people who don't do business in New York, and they piss their money down the toilet because the people that they were being mentored by don't know how to do deals in New York. Most people don't know how to do deals in New York. There are guys doing 8 figures, I'm talking about $10 million a year business, who never have and never will and could not do a deal in New York. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in other ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in my course that teaches how to do what I do, go to howtoflipnewyorkcourse.com. If you're interested in learning more about one-on-one coaching, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any channel, please click the thumbs up. And keep the comments coming. I post 5 times a week. I don't always know what I'm going to say, so feel free to ask any question. It doesn't have to be about the video that you're watching. If it's a simple answer, I'll just respond. If it's a topic I've covered, I'll send you a link to a video. And if it is something that I haven't done in a while or haven't done at all, I'll do a video on it. Thank you very, very much for watching.